ang galing-galing pa rin umarte, hindi man ka pa rin, and pwede ka pa rin magbida. Paano mo nagagawin? Is it really an effort or innate mo na lang ba yan? Or dahil ayaw mo lang talagang malaos or ayaw mo tumanda sa showbiz?
Alam mo, kahit anong sabihin ko na ayaw mo tumanda, tatanda ako eh. Swerte lang siguro na hindi nawawalan ng project. Pero totoo din yung sinabi ni Mon na kailangan marunong ka makisama. Kasi, syempre, sino bang gusto makapagtrabaho sa may mga attitude? At Ray, ito ang gusto ko talaga itong trabaho na to eh. Gusto ko mag-artista. Mula bata pa ako. Kaya inaalagaan ko rin na walang, alam mo, hindi ako pakalat-kalat para walang masyadong nasasabi yung mga tao. Yung gano'n, inaalagaan ko rin ang sarili ko kasi syempre, iniisip ko rin yung mga kaedadan ko. Ano bang magiging, ang tawag dito, kailangan may effort ako na maging healthy o ayoko rin magkasakit. Gusto ko magtrabaho hanggang sa mamatay ako. Gusto ko talaga pag-artista. So, swerte lang na hindi nawawalan ng trabaho. Kung minsan, nakakapagpahinga din na medyo matagal-tagal. Pero ito talaga, Ray, ito talaga ang gusto kong trabaho eh. So, talagang kailangan kong ingatan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Ray Pumaloy of Abante Lilig. Up next, we have Nikki Wan of Manila Standard.
Thank you. Over here. May phone-in question lang dito kay Miss Yula. Miss Yula, dito daw ba sa venue wala kayong nakikita right now?
Dami, kayo. Ayun, katabi mo.
Thank you. But anyway, congratulations to the entire cast. No? My questions for Derek Miguel. Derek Miguel, in your previous films, laging especially the horror ones, laging may social commentary. Like for example, yung Nocturno, you talked about general trauma sa the leader, exploitation in workplace, and also mental health. This time, you mentioned about fanaticism. So I wanted to know with the themes that we're discussing in this film, how does horror show the dangers of fanaticism, and how does it relate to real events or in real life?
Yeah, yun yung maganda sa horror na since kaya mong mag-access ng wider audience, mas madali siguro in a way parang i-smuggle yung mga themes na you would normally see sa mga mas, I guess, heavier drama. I mean, ako naman nag-start ako, diba, with Cinemalaya, nag-start ako with very personal, parang independent features na mas heavier yung, I guess, yung commentary. But I guess yung opportunity dito is making a bit more mainstream movies is may opportunity ka na hindi ka lang nagpipreach sa choir, diba? Like, you can reach a bigger audience. So I guess with Lilith, no, hindi naman siya in your face, diba? Ayaw mo rin naman na obvious. It's something na you hope the audiences parang absorb as they walk out of the movie. Of course, syempre the first layer should always be entertaining, and then yung second layer, if they absorb it subconsciously, diba, mas ma-engage sila. So in the film, siguro without spoiling anything, these are people na they're all scarred, they're all running from the horrors of their reality. Like even character ni Isa is a fugitive running from yung horror dun sa family home nila. And they feel like hindi pa rin safe kahit to go to the authorities kasi may certain abuses na nangyayari rin. Not just in the home, but abuse of power sa authorities. So where do they go, diba? Where do these parang outcasts go? They go to this cult that promises safety, diba? And mafe-feel mo nga within the film, these are characters who have all parang run away from something. Pero yung sense of safety nila is also, I guess, parang uulit lang yung cycle na whenever people are afraid, diba, they turn to something that promises them safety, pero at a cost. And yung cost nga na yun is yung horror na ma-unveil sa lilim. So, diba, may mga ganun rin na elements of yung mga film like The Village, diba? So may ganun na aspect sa lilim without being overtly, I guess, parang in your face yung commentary. So mas ganun lang siya, mas general yung themes that hopefully kaya ma-appreciate ng big audience.